Pride is never going to show up in your life and say, hi, my name is Pride, and I'm here to destroy you. Okay? Never does that. Pride doesn't do that. Pride shows up in your life in very subtle ways for all of us. Very, very subtle ways. And you'll never be able to deal with it, nor will I, unless you and I learn how to recognize it. And, you know, it's a lot easier to recognize it in somebody else than it is in ourselves. Amen? Okay? Oh, it's easy to oh, that guy's a proud person. Okay? It's easy to recognize it in someone else, at least to think that we're recognizing it in someone else, when in reality, oftentimes it's our very own pride that's really the issue or the problem. And so we need to get better. All of us need to get better at recognizing this stuff when it shows up in our life. Why? Because pride, what does it do to you? What's my first point? What's the first point again? It destroys you, okay? So you don't want this in your life, so you and I, it disguises it, so it's not going to come out and say, like I said a moment ago, hi, my name is Pride. It's not going to do that. It's going to come in very subtle, disguising ways in your life and in my life. So we have to pay attention. We have to become far more spiritually sensitive to recognizing it not in somebody else, because ultimately we're not really responsible for where they end up in life, but we are responsible for what's going to happen in our lives. And so how do you recognize pride if it's disguising itself? Well, you have to listen and pay attention to some things. You have to listen to the way you talk, because your words can reveal pride in your life. So you have to pay attention to your words, and your words reflect your heart. Out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth speaks. And so you pay attention to your words. Am I speaking in a proudful way? And is that coming from thoughts of pride in my heart? Am I the most important person in the room? Am I the most important person in the world from my perspective? And do my words reflect that? Is that prideful attitude coming out? And I need to pay attention to how I act. How am I acting toward other people? Do I act in prideful, snobbish ways to other people? And I need to become aware of this. I need to pay attention. There's something called a spiritual mirror, okay? And by the way, how many know mirrors are good for you, okay? They tell you when you look terrible, okay? They tell you when you got stuff in your teeth, okay? They tell you when your coat's on crooked, or they give you all kind of really important information, okay? And so a lot of us are very careful to look in the mirror. Some of you look in the mirror about every hour on the hour, okay? You're like right in that mirror. But you look in a physical mirror, but God says you got to look into a spiritual mirror. Listen to your words. Are your words sounding arrogant? Hey, pay attention to your heart. Are your thoughts, are they kind of arrogant? Or are you checking up on those? How about the way you're acting toward other people? Are you acting in an arrogant sort of way? You know, so most times we don't even realize it. We're not even aware of it. But it's there. It disguises itself in our life. How do you relate to people? In your interaction with people, do you interact in a prideful way, and ways that put other people down instead of lifting other people up? What does pride sound like or look like in my life?